Скажите, поднимите руку, кто хочет стать фермером. Вот закончить университет и хочет стать фермером. 2 человека.
Why we're all in farming is there's a quote from an American author saying, once in your life you need a doctor, a lawyer, a policeman and a preacher, but it depends if you're religious, but every day, 3 times a day, you always need a farmer, so we're never going to go out of business.
Let's say in this area we talk about 15,000 euro per hectare.
That's what I heard.
And for the better soils, let's say 30,000 in
Whoa. Per hectare?
Yeah, but that's not the highest price. When you really look for high prices, you have to go to Bavaria, in the south of Germany. There are small structures, and sometimes they sell land for 70,000 euros.
Since 2009, the world has been stuck on a single narrative around a coming global food crisis and what we need to do to avoid it. How do we feed 9 billion people by 2050?
Sunset slow, hey, you know you should stay for the night. What you think, one more drink while we sit by the bonfire.
Все мировое сообщество сегодня бьет тревогу. Мир на пороге продуктового кризиса. Потребление еды постепенно превышает ее производство. Означает ли это, что фермерство, как первоисточник и самое главное звено в цепочке производства пищи, становится более популярным? Ценится ли работа фермера? Справедливо ли отношение к аграриям в обществе и со стороны властей? Не забыли ли мы с вами о том, что еда сначала появляется на грядке, а потом уже на рынке? Так кто все-таки кормит этот мир? И почему накануне мирового продуктового кризиса количество фермеров на планете резко сокращается?
Aldi is a big dealer who sells,
Stores, superstores, Aldi.
It's the biggest in Germany, I guess, and they bought a farm with 2,000 hectares. And I guess this is really a problem when these supermarkets, when supermarkets will be the farmer in the future, because they have the money. First, they put the finger on the price for the farmers, and later on, they buy our land.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's in here?
What's in here?
Electronics?
Right, this is electrical transmission. I guess when I bought this machine, this machine will be on the farm maybe for the next 15 years. And if I buy a machine for this long time, I put everything on it I can have.
To have the best result.
Now I'm able to change plants per square meter easy on in the cabin. In the future I can maybe change it from depending on the soil. I have better soil, put more kernels inside the soil.
I like the scrapers. I've never seen the scrapers on the planters.
What is it? The chassis is variable, so I can change from 40 centimeters to 80.
Wow, cool.
So this is a good configuration maybe for rapeseed. And my corn I do on 75.
What is the price for
rapeseed? Price is about, let's say, 36 euros per deciton, or 360 per ton.
How do you pay taxes?
So we are in the system. That means when we sell our products, then we have to pay 7% to the government for this tax. And when we buy machines, tractor, then we can get back these 19% of a tax. We normally should sell, and you can do it otherwise. On the other way, then you have to pay the 19% for new products. You will not, you get it not back. But on the other way, you will not pay the 7% on your.
So you have different options.
Yeah. Mainly, the most farmers doing like us, because you save 19% for investments. Makes sense. But you have often, when you have farms, they will retire in the next years. That means no investments. They have no advantage to save these 19%. Then they change because they save the 7% on the products. How easy it is.
Do you need to have a bookkeeper or accountant?
Yeah, sure. Everything is what is inside here. What you pay or sell is everything. Everything goes controlled into system. Yeah, and you have to make an. I can show you.
And you need to do this by yourself, or you hire?
We have a company for it, and finally it's called. I
And
don't know.
this is what you do, or your accountant?
This is our partners. Yeah. They will do this for us.
Okay.
And this is the basic for the tax, for the normal tax. Yeah.
And checks and receipts.
Everything inside.
Oh, interesting.
Government controls a lot, or not really that bad? I mean, in Ukraine, even if you do wrong comma in this book, you can get problems.
Sure. Yeah, it's the same.
Same here.
Yeah. Think about it. They take a lot of tax. Yeah. And you need also this other company to make it, and they earn also 15,000 euro per year or something like this. Yeah, you pay a lot of money just to pay your taxes.
But do you work by yourself, or you have operators or mechanics or any other laborers?
Before we, in the past with the milk production, we had 6 employees. Right now, just 1. So it's my father, 1 employee, and me. 3 persons for more or less 500 hectares. This should work because when we grow corn, the harvest is more or less, let's say, not our problem. Because this biogas is not our building. We just sell them our corn, but they will take care about the harvest. So we have not so much workload in this time.
Cool.
Если честно, я думал, что проблема только в нашей стране. Потому что с тех пор, как после развала колхозов, когда не было правил, рынков, техники и технологий, земля стояла заброшенной, именно настоящие фермеры, истинные земледельцы, пошли в этот сомнительный на тот момент бизнес и сделали из него самую привлекательную отрасль в стране. Агрокомплекс Украины – это сегодня 16% ВВП и 40% валютной выручки. И именно благодаря тем энтузиастам, которые взяли в сложное время на себя все эти риски. Так вот, с тех пор, как этот бизнес стал бизнесом, появились трейдеры, портовики, экспорт, стало выгодно продавать технику, появились в стране дилеры крупных компаний. Такое впечатление, что фермеры стали обузой для страны. Каждый год аграриям приходится, кроме климатических и природных рисков, испытывать на себе заботу властей в виде постоянно меняющихся правил, законов, налоговых систем, администрирования. И когда власть поняла, что всем этим фермеров не добить, решили поиграть в земельную реформу, согласно которой сегодня фактически нет шансов остаться в бизнесе ни у одного обычного среднестатистического фермера Украины. Я уверен, что это сознательное решение руководства страны. Ведь, сами подумайте, им гораздо проще работать с 10 холдингами, чем с сотнями тысяч фермеров. А холдинги – это бездушные дисциплинированные машины, которым гораздо проще подстроиться под любые условия. У них для этого есть и финансовый ресурс, и административный, лоббисты во власти и так далее и тому подобное. Но только не надо забывать о том, что если условия игры для сельского хозяйства станут снова невыгодными, агрохолдинги первые бросят и поля, и людей, и перейдут в другую отрасль.
So what we can see that while in North America, especially, but also in parts of Europe, and we have a lot of huge farms. We see that especially in South Asia, the production takes place in very small farms. But if we compare the total production of cereals over different areas, we see that similar volumes of cereals are produced in rather large-scale agriculture, and on the other hand, on very small farms, if we see it on a global level. So both small farming and large-scale farming is very important with respect to global production of agricultural goods at the moment.
И только фермеры, вот этот особый, уникальный и, естественно, недооцененный класс людей, будут ковыряться в земле независимо от конъюнктуры и выгоды. Эти люди генетически запрограммированы на то, чтобы производить пищевые ресурсы, кормить себя и окружающих. Но сегодня получается так, что для того, чтобы можно было не считаться с фермерами и их капризами, нам проще их уничтожить в пользу холдингов. И похоже, что во всем мире глупые люди думают, что именно так мы спасемся от мирового продуктового кризиса.
The government put a restriction since 2015, I guess. It was called greening program that you have to put on 5% of your fields ecological things. And the one option is this kind here. This is mainly Senf, I don't know right translation. It's, different crops or different plants
that make soil healthier.
Right, yeah.
American call it cover crops.
Cover crops, yeah, right. And these plants have a factor of 0.3. That means you have to put it on more or less 15% of your fields to have these 5% of ecological.
I see.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's interesting. You have different options. You can do.
So different crops has their ratings.
Yeah, they have ratings. Right. It's not about the price.
Yeah.
This way, if you do it like this, you have the ratio of 0.3, and if you put some kind of cover crop, so it stands between main crops, between two harvests. And when you put these as main crop for the whole year, then you have the, let's say, the ratio of 1. But you will lose money on total 5%.
Sure.
And so this is our option. We do much more of these cover crops than these 15% because I really like to have it. Yeah, I have to cover the field through the winter. We talk about 100 or let's say 150 hectares of corn, 50 more for let's say sunflowers, and this is more or less 200 hectares where the field can grow cover crops through the winter.
Cool. And I see not only one crop here.
Yeah, you have to.
Two different.
Should
like
be
a
two
mix.
difference. It's a mix, yeah.
You
have
and
a
what
lot
do
of options. Yeah, this is a sheep one. This is one of the cheapest you can do. Next year I will try better plants to put more quality into the soil.
Cool.
But it's expensive, yeah.
I agree.
That's the point.
And what do you do after this? Do you cut it or glyphosate or?
No glyphosate. It will be dead after the winter. We put it into the soil. We mix it.
Okay.
Tillage.
You plow or what do you use for tillage?
In the past we plowed a lot of fields, but I think it's not needed anymore. So I try to don't take the plow. And this year it works fine so far. Let's see how the weeds.
But what do you use for tillage?
I can show you on the other side. My parents bought a lot of land in the beginning when it was sheep. It's a sheep, yeah. Let's say when we start, we bought land for 5,000 euro. That was okay. And the rest is, so we have 170 for our own, and the rest is rental.
How much do you pay for rent?
In this area it's cheap, so we talk about between 200 and 300 euro per hectare.
Per year?
Per year, yeah, it's more or less that what you get from the government. And then you have other areas where you have a lot of potatoes, strawberries and profitable products. Then you have sometimes you talk about 1,000, 1,500. And in these areas it's more or less not possible to earn money with wheat and corn. When you see wheat, it's just to make it after potatoes. You cannot grow potato after potato. But when you see in these areas wheat, it's clear they will lose money. There are small, just 40 millimeters. So
maybe there's more subsoiler.
I can put it up to or down to 30 centimeters in the soil, and just not much mixing, just put air into the soil and take the pressure out. 3 meters, and this one is for after harvest, for the flach. Kom jetzt nicht auf dem Board. I will just put it 5 centimeters into the soil.
After harvest.
After harvest directly, to grow the rest, the losses, to grow the losses from the combine.
So you don't use discs, you use this tool.
Yeah. Last year I used disc, but I really like this new. It was a rental machine. I really like this one because its mixing is better and it cuts better the soil. When I have some weeds, it's better with these machines than with a disc.
Cool.
Yeah. And you can also use it for finish your seed
bed.
Right.
Seed bed preparation. And you have only 3 points tools.
Yeah. Right now it is, yeah. They are cheaper. Yeah?
Okay.
You have to look on the money when you don't earn enough.
Sure. I agree.
This is our new grass seed in the grassland. And these, how you call this? What is it?
Rollers.
A roller. Yeah, these rollers will put the seeds inside into the soil.
It's for planting.
Yeah, more
or
less for planting.
Oh.
And you have seen these cover crops. We also planted with this because this machine is 6 meter. and you are much
So you
more...
just spread them and push them.
Yeah, you see, is what to say?
Metering system.
Air system, and with electrical
Drive.
electric to drive. It's falling down and goes through with the wind through these these parts, and it's falling down here.
Yeah, I see. Has reflector.
It's falling down a reflector, and yeah, then these rollers will come and push it into the soil.
I see.
Easy way of planting for these kind. Yes, it makes no sense for wheat, something like this.
Sure.
Yeah, but for these cover crops and grassland, this is good machine. This one is much newer. This is our, well, German is mulcher.
Mulcher. Okay.
We take it for grassland, and also after the corn silage, corn harvest.
You chop
we chop the stubble. We have some problem with is an insect. He's sleeping inside these stubbles over the winter, and in the spring these I don't know, this insect will fly to new corn and go inside the plants, and sometimes you see plants totally yeah.
Wow, I didn't know about that. After the chopper, you till or you plant?
It depends. Normally we take the
tool,
the deep one, yeah, because after corn harvest a lot of large machines run over the field.
I understand.
This is old machine. We have to repair in winter, you see. The rusty was there, and we take this machine for calcium.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
The main machines. Most farmers are this time really angry and not happy with price situation.
Especially for this year.
Especially for this year, and also in terms of the government with these new plans for the restriction of 20% less than you need, and there are also other laws for spraying. We have different areas where they say this is a really natural area, let's say, and it's in the future not allowed to spray. And that means for every farmer in this area, he can say goodbye, because of this situation, the price pressure, the costs are rising every year. We have just two ways to handle this problem. One point, you have higher yields every year, but we see is a break. The climate is, I guess, maybe it's less yield, or you need better price. But the price is doing the same more or less since 20 years.
Есть еще одна особенность, которая характеризует такие развитые страны, как Германия, и создает проблемы для фермеров. Куда ни посмотри, по всей территории страны огромное количество бизнеса. Это не говоря уже о крупных индустриях. Ну и, естественно, рабочая сила не будет оставаться там, где грязная, тяжелая работа и малопривлекательная зарплата. Все они находят себя в различных других отраслях и сферах и индустриях.
The problem is in Germany, or it's not a problem. We can be happy that we have a lot of industry, but the industry is here on top of everything. When you work in industry for Daimler and BMW, you earn 3 times more if you comparing to sit on a tractor here. They want to make free deals without taxes with Mercosur means Brazilian and Uruguay, I don't know. So our industry can sell much more autos, much more cars, mainly about meat and milk. And milk I'm not sure, but for meat I guess we will get in trouble. Our government is telling, but think about it, we have really good quality on our meat. Yeah, and maybe we will have an advantage to sell higher quality in other countries. But to be honestly, our customers here, 90% put the cheapest what they get to eat.
Yeah.
And when the cheaper meat is coming from the other side of the world, I'm sure 80-90% will take this cheaper one. On the one side, the German government tries to make crazy environment for the nature. Yeah. So they don't want to have diesel cars. Everything has to be electrical, and don't use normal lights. Yeah, you have to buy LEDs and a lot of crazy things. We have areas in cities where you are not allowed to drive with a diesel. And on the other side, they make deals with these countries, and this is why the German farmers are on the streets. We demonstrated. When was it? In October.
Yeah, I've seen this on news.
I've seen, yeah. It was in the beginning of October, I don't know. We drove with a tractor in cities and said, not with us, this is not fair against the whole world. We have already highest standard, and it will kill mainly smaller farms to reach these high standards, new standards. This is, you ask me why I'm a blogger, and this is why it's my main reason. I want to show other people what I'm doing on my farm. That I'm not a bad guy. The bad guys are in the banks and in the government. Not me. I'm a small guy. I want to feed the world. I don't want to be rich with it, but I want to live. And when I earn money, I will put it into my farm and new technologies, and then I'm getting more efficient. That's my opinion, actually.